All right, guys. Well, happy Monday. It is the last Monday class of 2020. Can you believe it? Yeah, the last 2020 class. So, everybody do this if I'm the largest thing on your computer. Good. Okay, so we can all see. All right, let's get started. So, feet together and go ahead and just start rolling your shoulders. And just try to consciously here take some deeper, intentional breaths. And inhale. Exhale. Soft fold down onto your knees. And we're just going to come up to the legs or wherever you want to put those arms. Lift into a standing cat and then up into standing cow. Back down and soft fold. Good. Just step halfway back with your right foot and unhinge. Bring your hands to your hips and push those hips forward. Really feel that in the front of your back leg. Good. And from here, step in and inhale. Exhale, soft fold. Hands come up to the legs or wherever you want to put them. And give into that standing cow. Up into standing cat. Soft fold. Step back with your left foot. Come all the way up. Roll the shoulders open and press. Pushing those hips. Good. Good. Take a breath. Inhale. Step in. Good. And hinge and fold. Good. Bend your knees. Hands go to your mat and walk back to downward dog. Go ahead and give yourself a little pedal here if you'd like to. Heels pushing to the ground. Take a second and breathe. Push down through the fingertips. Spread out your fingers. Roll your shoulders out of your ears. Good. Now inhale and come forward. Now bend your knees. Plank squat. Come back to plank. Go back to downward dog. Good. And now just soften your down dog. So what I want you to do is roll up onto the balls of your feet. Feel the arches stretch. Let your knees bend and just push your hips up high. You should feel that in the arches of your feet, not just your hips. Take a breath and exhale to plank. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale to your up dog. Feet flat on the floor. Good. You can lift the legs if you want to. And push back. Go ahead and go to child's pose. Good. Come up to your shins. And we're just going to step forward with our left foot and into a kneeling lunge. Good. Now, while we're here, I just want you to inhale and put your hand on your hip and just exhale. Give a little lean. Push your right hip to the right. Good. And then put your hand on your other hip and push your left hip over. Now, this you might feel more on the inner thigh of the back leg. That's good. And we're just going to switch again. So picture that femur is pointed downward and is going side to side in the hip joint. And the other way. And bring the hands to the floor, tuck your back foot, lift your lunge, step in when you're ready. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, unhinge, take a big breath. Bring the hands into prayer. And inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. Push down through your feet, up through the hips. Bend your knees and walk back to downward dog. And again, really push down through the heels, up through the hips. Press the knees back toward the back of your mat. Open the heart toward the floor. Press the shoulders down. You're drawing your elbows in towards each other. Push down with your fingertips. Keep your biceps on the side of your heads. Think about your ears being next to your biceps. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, plank squat. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, downward dog. And now roll, come up onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, keep your hips high. Relax, down dog. On an exhale, come forward into plank. And chaturanga to up dog. And sit back, child's pose. Roll up to your shins. Good, and we'll come forward with the right leg. Kneeling lunge. Sink that hip into this hole you're creating here. And inhale as the right hand goes to the right hip. Push your left hip over to the left side of your mat. And now the left goes to the left hip. We're pushing to the right. And again, you might feel that more in the left inner thigh. And we'll switch again. And one more time. And put your hands on the floor, lift your lunge, and step in. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, and unhinge. Good job, guys. Take a breath. Should be warm now. Bring the hands into prayer. Good job. All right. We're going to add some movement as we're prone to do. Remember, take this to where it works for you. All right. Inhale up. Now exhale, put your right hand on your right leg. Now keep this line and you're going to hinge over. If you can't get to horizontal, don't worry about it. But as you hinge, point your toe toward the opposite side of the mat. Come back to mountain pose and exhale into chair. Exhale. As you exhale up, bring that hand down, opposite side. And now we'll point the left hand to, or left toes to the right side of your mat. Inhale as you unhinge and exhale into chair. Exhale as you lift, set up the right side. Inhale again. Exhale and hinge over. We're holding each one for about one breath. Inhale back and exhale. Lift and down. Take a breath. Exhale over. Think about lengthening. Unhinge and find your chair. Lift, right hand down. Inhale. Exhale and hinge. And unhinge. Inhale up and exhale to chair. Lift, left hand down. Inhale, exhale and hinge. And reset. Inhale, exhale into chair. Bring your hands to your heart. Roll your shoulders back. Now take your hands behind you. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hands are behind you. Pull the elbows out of your ears, your shoulders out of your ears. You can, if you want, lift those arms. And bring your hands to the floor. Good. Step back with your right foot. Turn your right foot. And let's come up to warrior two. Good. Find that place where you can settle in, check your alignment, pull back here, pushing down equally through both legs. Good. Straighten your leg, push that right hip away, and then breathe as you come over to triangle. Remember to keep your bottom hand light. Inhale as you come back to a lunge, right hand to the floor. Sink into the hips. Exhale, revolve your lunge. Both hands to the floor. Step back to downward dog. Inhale into plank and exhale, plank squat. Inhale back to plank and exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. On an exhale to plank, and then inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, up dog. Good, and child's pose. Maybe try to reach out a little further or push back a little more. Good. Now we're going to thread the needle with our child's pose. So we're not coming to tabletop. Keep your hips back over those calves or ankles. Reach through with your right hand and right shoulder to the floor. So our hips are staying back. If you feel like you need to take it wider, you can do that. Inhale as you come to the center. And then exhale to the other side. Really reach with both arms. And come back to center. Bring yourself to tabletop so that you can reset to downward dog. Step in with your left when you're ready, and then halfway in with your right. Good. Take a breath. I want you to put your hands on your shins, maybe the floor, but I want you to think standing extension here. So lengthen the spine, and then exhale and fold. See how far you can get that rib cage down your front leg. Inhale as the feet come together. Exhale, standing extension. And then inhale again. Lift the ribs off the hips. Exhale and fold even farther. Bend your knees. Lift your gaze. Take a breath when you get back to mountain pose. And bring those hands to heart center when you're ready. Good. All right, we're going to do that again. Inhale up. This time we'll start with the left side leading. So left hand to the left leg. Inhale, exhale and hinge. Really plugging into that core. Keep yourself from opening here. Make yourself turn. So think about turning that foot to the opposite side of your mat. Feet together and exhale into chair. And lift. And right hand goes down. Take a breath. And exhale and hinge. Right toes to the left side of your mat. Push that heel toward the back of your mat. Unhinge. Exhale into your chair. Stand up. Left hand down. Inhale. Exhale and hinge. And up. Exhale to chair. And lift. Right hand down. Right leg back. And up. Exhale into chair. And up. One more time each side. Left hand down. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Unhinge. Inhale. Exhale into chair. Come up. Right hand down, inhale. And right toes toward the left side of your mat. Unhinge and chair. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, bring them behind you. Roll the shoulders open. Inhale, hinge and fold. Straighten out those legs. Keep the hands behind you on your back, or you can add the lift. And hands to the floor. Bend your knees. Take your left foot and step back. Find that spiral open to warrior two. Straighten your leg, kick your left hip away. Find your triangle. Keep that right hand light. Inhale as you revolve, left hand to the floor, lift that back heel, and then go into your revolved lunge. Both hands to the floor and back to downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, plank squat. Inhale back to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, drop the knees. Inhale and hold. Or drop the heels, sorry. And to plank. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, up dog. And push back. Take that spine the other way as you go into child's pose. And so this time we are going to come to tabletop. So go ahead and find your shoulders right over your wrists, your knees over your hips. And let's start with the right. So inhale and lift that right arm. Exhale, dive through, big reach. So think of reaching with your arm rather than just laying it down. Good, reset back to tabletop. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale through again, reach with the arms. And reset your tabletop. When you're ready, tuck your feet. Go back to downward dog. And we're going to step forward with the right foot, halfway with the left. And now this little standing extension from here. Take a breath and then exhale. Try to bring that rib cage down your right leg. or whichever leg's in front. Good. Step into standing extension. Feel that lengthening of the spine here. Find a big breath. And then fold. You know, typically when I say find a deep breath, it's not the breath you're on. You usually have to find that in a breath or two. Inhale, bend your knees, lift your gaze, and come up to mountain. Well done. Take a breath and come into prayer. Good. Inhale. Good. So from here, listen to me. You're going to step all the way back to a high lunge with your right foot. Exhale. Turn this toward your left. See if you can sink that back knee just a little bit. And now spiral open into warrior two. Wiggle that back leg out a little further if you want to than you did last time. Let's go up to sun warrior. Back hand goes to the back of the leg. Really pull the shoulder blades towards each other. Pull that left knee toward the pinky toe. Look up at your hand. Straighten here. You're just a moment in reverse triangle. And then as you reach forward, push your right hip away. Exhale to triangle. Now stay in your triangle. Just think about where your right hip is. That's your top hip. See if you can point past the crown of your head with your right hand and stay in line with that right hip. Just open up that right side of your body, reach. So we're not folding the spine. Extended triangle. Oh yeah, feel all that awesome space you're making between the right rib cage and the right hips. And exhale, turn toward the top of your mat and drop your right knee. Unhinge, kneeling lunge. Let's take the hands back. You can crisscross, you can just grab your wrists, your fists, or I'm doing reverse prayer. Good, release that, inhale. Good, now begin to go all the way over into side leaning kneeling lunge. Remember, we want to get the shoulder, the arm, and the wrist in one line. So don't lean forward. Right next to your hip. Relax into your hips. If you can, try to look up at that right hand. Inhale as both hands come to the floor. Exhale and pull back. Good. Come back to your kneeling lunge. Put your left hand on the inside of your left leg, or you can bring it up to the leg. We're going to reach forward and then exhale and counter revolve. And of course, you've got choices there. You can just hold here. You can also add that back leg if you want to. Good, release that. Put your hands on the floor and just take this leg and start to walk it out to the side. Sink into your hips and split your up dog. Should be a pretty minor transition there. Now from here, we're going to go to extended table. So push back to tabletop and push that left leg behind you, and then your right arm out. Same thing as when we were doing our balancing. Those left toes are going toward the right side of your mat. Square off your hip. Squeeze your thighs. Suck the muscles into the bones. Take a breath. Exhale, bird dog. Knee to elbow. And reach away. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Smooth this out. Make your inhale and your exhale match. So the whole time you're coming in, you're exhaling. The whole time you're going out, you're inhaling. 2 more wherever you're at. Reset your tabletop. Take a breath. Let your right knee go toward the right side of your mat. Push your left knee out, and we'll split our child's pose here. Good. When you're ready, reset your tabletop. Good. And tuck your feet. We're going up to downward dog. Push the heels down. Inhale into plank. Exhale, plank squat. Inhale into plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, straighten the knees. Exhale, drop the heels. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga up dog. Right back to downward dog. Step forward with your left. Halfway with your right. Take a breath here. Revolve up to your right. Good. Now, you're going to split your fold or go into standing split. So inhale, put the hands on the floor and either fold or exhale and lift the leg. Either way, exhale into the pose. Inhale, feet together, standing extension. And exhale and fold. Bend your knees, lift your gaze. Ooh, and unhinge. Inhale up. Hands come into prayer. Good. Take a breath and step back to high lunge, left leg. And we'll twist our lunge here. Keep the shoulders over your hips. You're going toward your right. See if you can bend that left knee just a little bit. Big breath. Turn that back foot and spiral open to warrior two. And your left hand reaches for that back leg up into sun warrior. Good. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades together. Look up at that right hand. Open up the right knee toward the right pinky toe. Drive back through that back leg. Straighten your leg. Just a moment here in reverse triangle. Begin to kick away that left hip and reach out into triangle. Now take a breath. Draw that arm. Try to keep it exactly at hip height beyond you. Extended triangle. Look up past your bicep. Reach with those fingertips. Reach with your hip. And both hands come to the floor. Drop your left leg and come up to kneeling lunge. Adjust that lunge for your balance. And now we'll take the right hand down under the hip. Put it on the hip if you can't reach the floor. Good. Both hands to the floor. Exhale, push back. Good. Slide forward again. You can leave your right hand on the floor as you counter revolve, or come up to the knee and counter revolve. Remember, you don't have to do what you did on the other side. You can add that back foot if you want to. Good. Hands to the floor. Hands go to the inside of your leg. Walk your foot away. Split your up dog. Pretty simple transition there. Relaxing into the hip flexor. Good. And from here, we go back to extended table. So push back and extend that right leg right out. Find your alignment and then add the hand. Find your breath. And then we exhale the whole way in. Inhale the whole way out. And again, and as you do that, you're trying to make your move and your inhale and your exhale match. We tend to exhale too quickly. And two more from wherever you're at. Reset your tabletop. Take your left knee toward the left side of your mat. Push that right foot away into a split. Split your child's pose. Reset your tabletop. Tuck your feet. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, plank squat. Inhale into plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, straighten the knees. Exhale, drop the heels. Inhale to plank, chaturanga. Exhale, up dog. Back to your downward dog. When you're ready, step forward with your left foot, or I'm sorry, with your right foot, halfway in with your left. And then we're going to rotate up here to the left. Good, and then from here, inhale, hands to the floor, split your fold, or standing split. Inhale, legs together, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees. Lift your gaze and come back up to mountain. Good job, guys. Inhale up. Exhale into prayer. Last time we're folding here, standing, take a breath. Inhale, hinge and fold. Make this one your best one yet. Inhale, standing extension, and exhale. And from here, walk back to downward dog. And when you're ready, lift your right leg up to three-leg dog. Push that left heel down. Inhale. Right leg's coming under you on your exhale for your pigeon. Walk that left leg back as far as you can. Flex your left foot. Try to be off both hips if you can. And we'll fold this if you want to. If you get more sensation staying up high, do that. Good. Go ahead and sit yourself up. Bend both legs now into this S stretch or a Z stretch. And we're just going to open our heart here. Think about pressing your back hip forward and knee down. Now you can stay right here, or if you want to go into that reclined pose, you can. And remember here, we're not going to push the knee. We're just going to let gravity do whatever it's going to do. Just relax. And to come out of this, roll to your right shoulder, your top shoulder, and bring those hands to the mat and go to a tabletop position and just spend a moment here in cat-cow. And when you're ready, tuck your feet and go to downward dog. Just exhale there, press both heels down, find an inhale, and then exhale, lift your left leg into three-leg dog. Really push that right heel down. And on an inhale, we'll bring that left leg forward and under us. Remember not to compare these sides. Just make this side its own side. Maybe you didn't come forward on the other side and now you want to. That's fine. Do what works for this side. And we'll bring ourselves up from here into that S stretch and open the heart here. And from up here, you can push the hip forward and drop the knee. And recline that if you'd like to. Again, once you recline, you just relax. And to come out of this, roll to your left shoulder. And from here, we're just going to swing those legs around, feet together in our bound pose. Good. Take a deep breath. Good. And we're going to reach for the ceiling here as we push the heels out. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Good. And now we're going to grab the right leg and come all the way down. Push your left heel into the floor. Good. Now just extend your right leg. Put your elbow, your right elbow, on the inside of your leg and reach for the outside of your foot. So your arm is passing across your shin, half happy baby. Open that knee toward the outside of your shoulder. Keep your left heel pushing down. Inhale, let your left leg join your right leg and give your legs a hug. When you're ready, inhale, pull that left knee in, drop your right heel to the floor, lengthen your leg, you're squeezing your quad there, feeling that stretch in the hip flexor. And now extend your left leg. Put your left elbow onto the inside of your knee, and your hand goes to the outside of your foot. So your forearm is crossing over your shin. Push that right heel down. Let your hip open and your knee drop outside of your shoulder. Inhale, gather those legs in. Give your legs a hug. You can rock back and forth here if you want to. And we're just going to slowly Drop to the floor with your feet. Let your knees come together. Or go ahead and drop all the way out into your whatever your rest pose is going to be. Begin feeling your jaw relax, your body in contact with the floor. Breathe deep into your belly. I actually did quite a bit of core today. Good, and begin to feel your body in contact with the floor. And just take your time. When you're ready, join me seated. And once you're seated, we're just going ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. And then I'd like for you to just look up and down gently. Don't squeeze too hard at the top. And when you're ready, take a breath and bring the hands into prayer. Take a deep breath from here. And God bless you guys. Namaste. Have an extraordinary day, you guys. Will I see you on Wednesday?